All right, what is going on? Age, please.
50.
50, really?
Yes.
Okay. You were saying that like I have like a bunch of bots in here right before the restart. Do you think that like I like pay for bots to like watch the stream?
No, but I think that the people that support you do.
Oh, so other people pay for bots to watch the stream.
Yeah, the media group that you belong to.
I don't think that anyone pays for bots to watch my stream.
So you think that all of the people in your lives are organic?
Yes.
Okay.
Why
All
why do you
right.
think otherwise?
Well, I mean, both you and I know the truth, but it's
Okay. And
okay.
what's the truth? Share it with us.
Well,
Expose me.
there's a lot of bots on this app, is there not?
I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not familiar with bots or botting. But
Mm.
just saying that you can bot like viewership, you can bot views, you can bot likes doesn't mean or indicate that I do bot viewership, likes, or views. So would you be able to give an argument to justify that?
Well, no, I just don't think that your following is organic, Dean.
Okay, and what's your evidence?
Um, well, I would argue that the fact that you have 12K in one live, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just do a percentage of that 12K, right? Like, what is the possibility that at least 2K is not organic?
Zero.
Zero? So you don't
Yes.
think you have any bots in your lives at all?
Yes.
Okay, and what would be your argument for that?
Because I don't bot my lives, so therefore I wouldn't have any bots in my life.
So nobody else could bot your lives?
Well, I don't think if somebody did, then we would see that at like inconsistent, like inconsistently like high viewerships. But we don't see inconsistently high viewerships. We see like the same consistent high viewership every single day. Not to mention, we also see a natural progression of the uptick of viewers that come into this stream. You know, like for instance, when you joined the stream, we were at like around 5,000 viewers. Now, like even just like a minute and a half into our conversation, we're already up to 6.8 thousand viewers, and that wasn't an inconsistent jump up to 6.8 thousand viewers. It's been a natural progressive progression that has changed by around 100 people every like like 30 seconds or so. Like 100
So
people
like
every like 10 to 20 seconds.
So I would argue that with like when you're on live with your wrestling partner Parker, right? And you do lives and there is not as many people. So wouldn't your followers follow you into Parker's live just the same when he has like maybe 4K, but yours
They
don't
actually
follow you in there?
no, they actually do. When I join Parker's live, like typically his viewers will go up by like 1 to 2 to 3K.
But why don't they get to 12?
Because joining somebody as a guest is not the same thing as hosting your own live. It's not
But I
pushed out
mean,
the same
aren't
in the
they the
algorithm.
it's not pushed out the same in the algorithm.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's like it's classified as like two different things because still yet it's classified as his live stream and I'm just merely a guest on it, meaning that individuals can find me like if like I have like my live status on and they like go to their following list and see me, but like they don't get a notification that I'm live and like it also doesn't push it out as my live in the For You page.
I see. I see.
Right. So then what would your
So,
evidence be that I bought my views?
well, no, I'm just saying that I personally don't think they're organic. I mean, I've known you for
So
a very, very, very long time,
so they're
Dean.
not organic. Oh, and if you've known me for a very long time, then you would have been able to see the natural progression of like my following and my viewership grow, not just on like
Well,
TikTok, but also on Instagram, YouTube, X, and Threads. You know, it's like
I
if it's
remember.
all just like unorganic, if it's all just like simply unorganic, right? Well, then explain to me like who the hell is funding, right? The thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars required, to keep over like 100 million views per month on Instagram, to keep like the nearly 3 million followers on Instagram, the views on every single post, the likes on every single post, the comments on every single post, the views on my story, the engagements with the story, the views, the likes, and the comments on Threads, the over 100,000 followers on Threads, the near 500,000 followers on X, the views, the likes, the reposts, the reshares, and the comments on X. Then, of course, on TikTok, the views on the post, the likes on the post, the saves on the post, the shares on the post, the comments on the post, the followers on the account, which is now like 4.6 million, plus on the lives, not just the views on the lives, but the likes on the lives, the comments on the lives, and the shares on the lives. And then the YouTube, the views on the individual videos I post on YouTube, the concurrent viewers on the lives on YouTube's, the views that come once the live is over and then categorized as a VOD on YouTube, the comments that come on the YouTube live, and then the comments that come once the YouTube live is over and it's transformed into a VOD, and the likes on every single YouTube post, rather that's a live or a video, right? Do you see how it's like a little bit insane and absurd to assume that like I'm just botting all these things so intricately? Like, sure, if I was polling like 15,000 viewers on TikTok, but I only had like 10,000 followers and I didn't have social engagement anywhere else on the internet, then you would have a pretty strong case for botting. But because that's not the case at all, you don't.
So, Dean, that was a whole lot, and I appreciate your like very, very strong defense of your platform, and I bet you that made you feel really, really good. But see, I know this little guy named Dean with like sunglasses and this cheap jacket. They used to come on the app and like crash out every day and, do his whole hair flip and take the earphones off and just like, that guy, don't you? You remember that guy? I remember that guy. Yeah, I remember you so being desperate for attention. And look at you now. You've gotten all of the attention that you deserve, right?
Okay, well, I don't know if it's what I deserve. I don't know if I really deserve like anybody's attention. Individuals choose to give it to me. And yeah, no, I definitely remember the lives that I hosted like a year and a half, 2 years ago. They were pretty fucking fun. I had to like teach myself how to remain patient, not crash out on every single guest, to be a little bit more professional. But like God, if you go back and you watch the VODs from like the lives that we used to host like 2 years ago, yeah, they were pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, I remember very so often watching you get dog walked because you didn't have all the AI sitting in front of you. You remember those days, Dean?
I don't remember the
You
days.
remember those days?
I don't
bro?
remember the days when I got dog walked, period. I didn't have AI in front of me then,
Of
and I don't have
course.
AI in front of me now.
You don't, but you did, right? So, you
No, I
just
didn't.
admitted that you did. Oh, what a slip on your part.
No, I said that I
But
didn't
hey,
have AI in
Dean,
front of me then, and I don't have AI in front of me now. I'm
Dean,
sorry if you can't track the words that are coming out of my mouth.
what's ironic is I dog walked your boy Parker the other day, and I'm just kind of dog walking your kind of shit show pony that you got here.
How so?
And
How so?
just know that
Do you mind if I ask you how you
just
dog
know
walking me?
that it's no mistake that the DNC wants to connect with young people, and I think that you should do better and actually like
the
not
DNC
put
wanted,
up such a
the DNC
hack of
wanted
a
it- no, one
biased
second.
position.
What does the DNC have to do with me?
Well, I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Nothing.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, do you think I'm paid by the DNC?
I think that you're paid by people that are paid by the DNC. Absolutely.
Wait, so the DNC gives people money to then give to me. Like for instance,
Absolutely.
so I just got I just got 25 big ones from Barbara on Super Chat. Barbara says, "Dean, this guy's a condescending ass. Kick him." So funny. Yes, thank you for the 25 big ones, Barbara. Show some love to Barbara down below in those live chats. So you think that like that money was given to her by the DNC?
No, I mean there's some sort of organic support, sure, but all of your real money, and you know this, comes from the DNC.
Wait,
Like,
so only like some of the accounts are fake? Okay, let's just go through like a lot of the donations because we got in a bit. So like Rami just gave me 20 big ones over on that super chat saying, "We
Oh my
pay
God,
Dean Sparky,
$20.
appreciate you for the love of Rami." So it was like Rami fake? Or like, so Lars just gave me $25 over on Venmo saying this man is too old to rage bait. Is Lars fake? Thank you for the $25. Or like ISAS just gave me $10 on Venmo. Now their message was beat boot. Here's some bot money, Dean. Okay, was that one of the fake accounts? Were they like a DNC bot that's like funneling me money through like the V and the P and found in the bio of my TikTok account and the pinned message on YouTube?
well, you do know the algorithm can be on multiple platforms, right? You can pay for the
I don't know what that
algorithm,
statement
Dean.
means.
I mean, come on.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, you have a platform as big as this, and you don't know about the algorithm and how you can manipulate it.
I'm very
Really?
familiar with the algorithm. That's like one of the many reasons why I'm successful as a creator is because like I know how to like frame my videos in a sense that are like predisposed to like good engagement by being like concise and to the point and being like clear with like the words that I use. But like I don't understand what that has to do with the conversation about you accusing me of like funneling money from the DNC to my Venmo and PayPal. Once again, found a link tree in my bio through like fake donor accounts on Venmo and PayPal.
Well, you know what video of yours that I really did enjoy is when you crashed out over your emotional pin. That was one of my favorites.
Talk about the anxiety pin. I'm so sorry if you don't have the media literacy to pick up that was a satire joke, but it's kind of funny.
Oh no, I'm giving you that credit. I'm giving you that one Like, that was funny.
Oh, thank you.
That was good.
John, thank you so much for the 20 for the 20 big ones for the bot money over on Super Chat. I appreciate you for that. Love, John. As well as Catherine with the $10 on Venmo says, so is this fake? I don't know. It's bot money. Appreciate you for the 10 big ones. Appreciate you so much. As well as Lee, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. Appreciate you for that. Love, Lee. Lee says yesterday was Liam. Now this dipshit, here's $20 from the DNC. Thank you, Lee. As well as Jessica, thank you for the 5 big ones over on Venmo. Thank you so much. Brett with a $1. Tiffany with the 20 big ones, saying I'm an organic and ethically sourced Dean's live viewer. No bot here. Appreciate you for the 20 $20, Tiffany. As well as Antonio, thank you for the $7. Joy with the $5. And Wanda, thank you so much for the 50 big ones over on the Venmo. Let's fucking go, Wanda. I want to see 500 big Wanda W's down below in that chat. Thank you so much for your kindness from the DNC, as well as No Name. Thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal. And Bree with the $10, who says it's weird being called organic. Good thing I'm a bot. Yo, W bots in that chat. As well as Conjure with the $10 over on Venmo. Appreciate you for the love. And holy shit, Emily, thank you so much for the $100 on Venmo. Holy fuck, Emily with $100 says I'm a bot paid for by the DNC. Yeah, dude, thank you, Emily. Is Emily one of those bots? Is that like $100 funneled from the DNC?
Well, it's amazing that, like, you know, when I do this to the, you know, bought and paid for DNC influencers, like all of the Democrats just like willfully give all kinds of money to you guys. It's quite interesting.
Wait. So now you're admitting that it's not the DNC.
a form of psychosis, actually.
Wait, now you're admitting it's not the DNC because you just said it's real Democrats. Therefore, it's not the DNC.
Well, yeah,
you just contradicted your own point.
I'm not saying you don't have some organic involvement.
Wait, so like,
I'm just saying
how can I decipher like which one of these donations is like not organic?
Well, that's a great question, Dean. Have you ever looked at that?
No, we're looking at it right now. Like, I just got $10 from Kelly over on the Venmo, who says this dude is so jealous and I love it. Appreciate you for the $10, Kelly. Was Kelly organic?
I don't know Kelly. Do you know Kelly?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at her profile picture. It doesn't look like a bot to me. And then another Kelly with a $1. Okay, now this Kelly says beep boop DNC bot money. Okay, that's definitely one of the non-organic ones, right? That's one of the fake ones. Pretty funny. Is that one of the fake ones?
No, I think that was organic.
No, okay.
Maybe organic.
Yeah, Zachary, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. It says DNC dollars for Dean. LMAFO, beep boop. As well as Allison with the $2. And Peyton, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. It says beep boop, beep boop. Let's fucking go. As well as Grandma Diane with the $20 on Super Chat, who says, why is he so worried about your money? He's scared to debate. Yeah, I think that we should hop into the debate. Thank you for the $20. As well as Raymond, thank you for the $8 on PayPal. Who says, I'm a DNC bot. As well as Michelle, thank you for the $5. Kel, thank you for the $5. And Matina with the $25, who says, this guy, he sounds like an angry, jealous Andy Richter. I'm not familiar who that is.
Andy
#organic.
Richter.
Thank you so much for the $25, Matina. As well as Angel, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal as well. You know, we're just loading up on all of that DNC beep boop bot money. Appreciate you.
Okay,
let's get a WDNC down below. Tell us why you support Trump.
Oh, well, because he controls our borders, got fantastic foreign policy, and he's effectively using the laws that we have on the books to get rid of immigrants that shouldn't be here.
Sounds good. Quickly before I respond to that, there's one really big donation that I like to thank. This came in a while ago. I just didn't see it until now. Victoria, thank you so much for another $100 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much for the kindness, Victoria. Holy shit. Victoria says...
now you can...
Here's $100 to let you know that not all Canadians are trolls, and I want you to use this to buy Momo some treats for me. Also love your streams, dude. Fucking big up you to Victoria. Thank
now you can pay for your BMW. Congratulations.
I don't own a BMW. I wish I did.
What do you got? Tell me.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what kind of car I drive, but I will tell you I don't own a BMW.
Okay. All right. So what's
your point? So you just said that you think he's effectively managing immigration. So what's like one thing that he's done that is like good to effectively reduce undocumented entry into this country?
Well, we no longer have a catch and release into the interior of the country. We have a border that is clear. The message is don't come. And because of that clear message, unlike in the Biden administration that was to come, that we don't have people crossing over the border.
Okay, right. Well, I would say the reason why that message is clear, which it is, right, is because he is now like incentivizing undocumented immigrants to not enter into this country at all. Because he's basically telling them that if you do enter this country, then you're going to have your human and constitutional rights violated. Okay, because matter of a fact, that is what he's already doing to the undocumented immigrants that are in this country. Right? So I wouldn't say that he's been able to effectively reduce undocumented entry with good policy. He's been able to reduce it with literal fucking fascism by like illegally deporting Abrigo Garcia to Sica in El Salvador, where he was like beaten and tortured and starved for 3 weeks, or like illegally deporting hundreds of Venezuelan immigrants to Sica in El Salvador too without due process, which then led to a federal judge rule that he did that without due process, meaning it was unconstitutional, or like blackbagging college students by plainclothes officers that have failed to identify themselves and then taking them to ICE detention centers 1,000 miles away, violating the withholding order of a judge, or even detaining legal immigrants like Mahmoud Khalil, holding him in an ICE detention center for 3 months, even though he's a legal green card holder. Okay, and like when the immigrants see that, they're like, "Holy shit! Like I no longer think I'm going to have a better life in America, so I'm not going to come in." But obviously, this is wrong because it's like a violation of human and constitutional rights, and it's short term in the sense at the moment we no longer have a president that's a literal goddamn fascist. That incentive structure is going to reverse and go away because we're no longer like torturing, we're no longer like deporting without due process, and we're no longer violating the rights of the immigrants.
So, can you tell me, since 1952 and the different administrations that had deportations very similar to, if not equal to, the sum of what you just said, tell me that Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and all of the Democrat administrations have not done exactly the same, like kids in cages, holding them at the border so they can be verified, separating parents, stopping DNA testing for the coyotes, and expedited deportations, Dean.
Well, I mean, here's like the crazy part. I'm not a DNC shill, as you suggested. I'm actually capable of criticizing like the DNC and Democrats as well. And I think that like, like in the 90s, for instance, when Clinton was president, he did a lot of things that were like entirely regressive and really bad for immigration in and mass deportation out of this country by passing things like expedited removal and limited due process, right? And I could criticize for that for them too. But for you to suggest that these two things are identical is false, right? Because matter of fact, Obama didn't deport anybody without due process. Obama's administration didn't illegally deport somebody to a center for terrorists in El Salvador where they were beaten and tortured. Okay. And what Kamala Harris ran on is something similar to what her and Biden did by focusing on the disproportionate deportation of only those with prior criminal convictions, right? Instead of the removal of any and all undocumented immigrants, including those that have been in this country for 25 years with no criminal history, like inside of the country, and are just here to create a better life for them and their family, right? Matter of fact, I think that we should only deport undocumented immigrants with prior violent offenses and withstanding warrants from other countries for pretty insane criminal offenses. And everybody else should be offered a pathway to mass amnesty. And obviously, the political party that is closer in proxy to that goal is the left, not the absolute fucking lunatic violating their rights, trying to push them all out of the country and hiring judges to do it with no experience whatsoever. Because they're willing to aid to his beck and call.
So, Dean, what you're saying is Consuela, right? That's been here for 24 years.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
And
Dude,
what?
Get a grip. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
Well, what you're saying basically is that somebody that has been in this country for the better part of 20 years that and does not have her papers together has just as much right to stay here than somebody that has done it the correct way in that same time frame. And I would argue that what you're doing is using emotional pleadings for an argument not based on the law. So what you're doing is putting your emotions and your emotional positions over the law. And the last time I checked, we are a country of law and order. So let me ask you, do you think the federal government would open itself up to litigation of discrimination because they're picking winners and losers based on emotional pleadings?
Okay. Well, I'm going to respond to the first thing that you said there. You think that I'm just putting like my emotional pleadings over what the law is today. No, I'm putting my logical and rational pleadings over what the law is today in an attempt to advocate for the law to be updated because I think that mass deportation is so incredibly America last, harmful to this country, harmful to the citizens of the country, and harmful to the immigrants. And if you can't conceptually understand the idea of criticizing the law that exists and wanting to make it better, then it makes absolutely a total sense that you're on the wrong side of history advocating for aggression in every single place we see it. Also, not to mention that you're fucking no one to talk about putting emotional pleadings over the law, considering the fact that you're actively supporting a 34 count felon adjudicated rapist as president that on day one gave full presidential pardons to 72 people convicted of violent assault on cops on the steps of his Capitol, with the emotional plea that they're patriots and that they helped him in his attempted coup.
So let me just start with this. I think it's very dangerous for you to put the emotional perspective of what you think the law is moral or not as to whether it should be followed. And yes, I think it's somewhat of a delusional position for you to take that because you don't agree with the law, so therefore it shouldn't be enforced, is not what this country is founded on. And you're putting the cart before the horse when you say this, because the Democrats had every opportunity to change the immigration laws of this country the first 2 years of the Biden administration, but they did not do so. But now all of a sudden you're blaming another administration for the fault or the inadequacy of the Democrat Party the first 2 years of the Biden administration for not effectuating that change that you so call for, but instead you're blaming us, being the Trump administration, right, for upholding the laws that are on the books. If you don't like the laws, then change them, but you don't not follow them just because you don't agree with them. That's not how this country is supposed to be made.
Well, exactly. You just said it yourself. If you don't like the laws, then change them. That's all I'm advocating for. In fact, that's what I just said in the response that you didn't listen to, nor did you acknowledge. All that I'm saying here is that I think the law in the books, mass deportation, is bad. I think that mass deportation destroys this country, reduces our GDP by 1.1 trillion through 1.7 trillion per year, according to the American Immigration Council. I think that it removes 8.4 million of our laborers, 11 million of our consumers, reduces the average socioeconomic standards of Americans, destabilizes our industries, has led to human rights encroachments, and is terrible for this country, so I advocate to change it. But when you heard me say that, you instead responded to that by misrepresenting my position, claiming that I'm emotionally pleading, not to mention that you didn't respond to my last statement where I told you you have no right to speak on the basis of emotional pleas overwhelming the law and ignoring the law due to the fact that you ignored the law in voting for Trump to be president, because the only reason why he was given no sentence for his 34 felonies, and those were ignored and left unaccounted for, was because he won the presidency and the judge didn't want to put a sitting president in jail. You are actively responsible for having the encroachments on the law, the felonies committed by one man ignored by our courts because you decided to vote for him to be president. So all of this is nothing more than a mere projection. Now to respond to your claim about the Democrats and how they didn't pass mass amnesty, but yet I just shift all the blame onto the Republicans, I will repeat this again. You have a false assumption of me that I just think whatever the Democrats do is great. The Democrats never get it wrong, and I don't think the Democrats could do any better. But in fact, my ideal immigration policy is even further left than the Democratic Party, okay? I agree the Democratic Party is not endorsing mass amnesty. I agree that the Democratic Party has a lot of progress to do there, but all that I'm saying is that MAGA has even more progress to do there, because unlike the Democratic Party, they want to remove every undocumented immigrant. Unlike the Democratic Party, they don't care if in removing the undocumented immigrants, they're violating their human rights, they're violating their constitutional rights, or they're breaking the law. Unlike the Democratic Party, Donald Trump wants to infringe on the constitutional rights of undocumented immigrants and their children. An example of that would be him passing Executive Order number 14160, his first day into office, when he attempted to illegally take away birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants born on American soil, even though that's been guaranteed to them since the amendment was ratified in 1865 and then reaffirmed as to apply to undocumented immigrants in 1897, right? I would really appreciate it if you'd respond to the set of facts. That's all I got to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that when we had Joe Biden in the primary talk about wanting to hear people's asylum claim, come, search the border, were his exact words. I think that sends a message to the people in support with Agenda 2030, with the IMO and the UN's objective to flood first world countries, not just the United States, but all first world countries with immigrants and refugees. I think that when you bring the third world country to first world countries, you're going to get a third world country at the end of the day. And it's of my argument that this argument that not you, but many people make about the financial benefits to our economy with these said workers would be equivalent to having the newcomers become the new slaves of America. And if you don't support what has already happened, I would argue that you shouldn't support this.
Okay, so your first statement was a but Biden. Once again, I'm happy to talk to you about Biden's comments as soon as you could address Trump's and everything else that I just listed. But you've actually pivoted around every single one that I've brought
No.
up, so I'm not going to do you the grace of engaging in your comments that you brought up about Biden until you at least engage in one of the comments that I brought up about Trump, ranging from me pointing out your hypocrisy and saying that I'm emotionally clean and placing my emotions over the law. Meanwhile, I've now described like 5 different specific circumstances of you doing that with Trump or Trump doing that for himself by pardoning the violent rioters on J6, by you
Sure.
like advocating for him to not face
Yeah, I
any
can
judgment or
comment on
punishment
that.
for his 34 felonies, because the only reason he wasn't given a sentence for them is because he was made president. The fact that you made an adjudicated rapist president when a rapist couldn't even get a job at McDonald's, more or less even a felon, or the fact that it's hypocritical for you to suggest that, well, a simple misdemeanor is so bad we need to destroy the country over it, we need to separate families for it, we need to take naked children out of their beds and force them in the back of U-Haul vans for it, but then being an adjudicated rapist isn't bad at all. If somebody were to do it, then we need to make him president for it. Super fucking hypocritical. And then in response to your last point, saying that, oh, well, I mean, like supporting immigration to this country will just make the country worse. There is not a numerical, empirical fact that you could point towards to demonstrate that your point is true. Immigration in this country's history has only made this country better. Okay, economically speaking, it makes it go boom. Morally and socially speaking, it makes it go boom. Undocumented immigrants are significantly less likely to commit any and all crimes compared to U.S. citizens. Okay, so on and so forth. So I don't know. If you think that a third world, quote unquote, shithole, as you and Trump likes to say, right, is a country with a more prosperous consumer base, with a more prosperous labor force, with a more prosperous economy overall, with citizens and people inside of the country that are less likely to commit crimes, shit, maybe it's not such a shithole after all. Right?
So let's address the first thing that you said about a felon being in the White House. So there's no law against that taking place, number one. Number two, he is not an adjudicated rapist, as you said. You and I both know that that is an exaggerated statement. At best, you have a civil case for SA, and you know it. So that's you working in bad faith. Let's see here. Oh,
Can I
the
respond to
fact
that?
that Donald, no, you rebelled.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And furthermore, your argument about these immigrants, I'm going to call them the newcomers, right? And there is no way to put into a matrix of data when you're including the people that are here undocumented, because there's no way to document them doing the things that you are accusing us of saying. So, you know, I'm going to fall on the fact that your matrix is fouled, and the fact that the Democrats want to play these games with words, saying asylum seekers, green card holders, worker permits, B1 visas.
Yes,
I mean,
H-1B.
you have 15. Yeah, you have 15 different ways to segment your data to look however the heck you want to. And I would argue that based on the congressional committee's findings, that the immigrants are net negative based on the benefits and the expense that they would require for those benefits in said country of like $70,000 a year. So yeah, it might be good for companies to contract to hire like these immigrants to save and have more profitability. But this is also coming from a party that supposedly isn't supporting the megacorps of America and the profit margin. So, you know, when Miss Harris collects $1.6 billion for a campaign, I'm kind of wondering, like, maybe the megacorp and all of these like cheap laborers that you're bringing into this country for megacorp profit line, maybe that's the real reason why you want these people here. Or better yet, maybe it's so they can vote in local elections. Obviously, they're not going to vote federal because that would be against the law. But I mean, there's obviously an objective to bring this amount of people into the country. And I do believe that it is to regain and to hold power for the foreseeable future. And that plan was voided by Donald J. Trump
Yeah.
and the mega movement. Absolutely.
I've never heard somebody espouse so much MAGA talking points that are incredibly false compared to yourself. Round of applause for you, sir. But see, the thing is each
Thank
and every
you.
single
Thank
one of
you. I
those MAGA
appreciate
talking
that.
points fails as soon as we test it for its validity, alignment with reality, and supporting evidence. So the first claim that you made was about Donald Trump's essay case. See, I called him an adjudicated rapist. You called that dramatic. You said at its best, you have a civil adjudication for essay. So point number one, civil adjudication is adjudication, so it's not dramatic to call him an adjudicated rapist. Then point number two about the rapist claim, right? Well, you said it's essay, it's not grape. Sir, can we agree that grape would include the forceful, non-consensual penetration of a woman's female member with a man's fingers?
At the time of the said event, which she can't claim a day, but the said time, no, the definition was not that, sir. And that's exactly why
The
it wasn't
definition.
the case.
So
And you
what's
know that. You already know that,
I have a
sir.
question. What's your definition of grape?
I would say that I don't know it, to be honest with you.
You don't know what grape is?
I don't know the actual legal definition. No.
Oh, now you're saying the actual legal definition. So you think that the law
Well, that's
tells
what
you
we're talking
grape is and
about.
isn't.
That's what we're talking about, is it not?
No, not really, because I don't think the law tells us what grape is. I think that we tell the law what grape is.
Okay, so at the time of this supposed event, was the law congruent to her description of the said event?
Was the law, like the legal definition of grape when this occurred, or even when it was adjudicated, congruent with what happened to her insofar as defining it as grape? No. But I don't think that we point towards the law to
Exactly.
tell us what grape is or isn't. Do you?
I appreciate you coming clean on that, because we both know.
Well, that's not becoming clean. That's just a
that
fact.
definition changed legally, did it not?
Right, yeah. No, they updated it to better reflect what grape is and isn't. I mean, do you think that the law tells us what grape is and isn't? Or do we tell the law what grape is and isn't?
Well, I think to a certain degree that the morality of the country and the citizens dictates what laws we have, and that's why.
Right,
I
exactly.
think that
Right, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
for instance,
Yeah.
would you say that, like, there was, like, any enslaved individuals, right, in America during American slavery that were graped? Because according to the law at the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
grape didn't include the forceful penetration or non-consensual sex with an enslaved individual, but yet you're still saying that they're graped, just further affirming my point that the law doesn't tell us what grape is. We tell the law what grape is, and when the law is wrong, we update that definition to reflect what we think, okay? Right? And I'd say the same thing about what happened to E. Jean Carroll, right? So the law at the time and the law in 2023 was that grape, as defined legally in that state, was the penetration of the female member with the male member forcefully. But I don't think that's an all-encompassing definition, as that would rule out the forceful penetration of the female member with other objects, such as fingers, right? And I would include the forceful penetration of the female member with fingers as grape. So do 34 states, including New York today. In fact, I think the only reason you don't include that, right, accepting like a preposterous conclusion, such as the idea that men can't grape men, women can't grape women, so on and so forth. You can't grape somebody with your finger, so on and so forth, is to downplay what Donald Trump did to E. Jean Carroll, because you know you can't win on the basis of the validity of her claim, because she won in a court. Donald Trump, your champion, lost. So instead, you now have to attempt to rhetorically dismantle what happened to her by using words that downplay its atrocity. You know that the word grape holds more social weight as being a bad thing than the phrase sexual assault. So you will deny fucking common sense and say that grape isn't grape in order to defend that premise, which I think is not only weak, but incredibly violent and harmful for the perpetuation of grape culture in this country, as you are just further permitting the shitty actions of shitty people.
Yeah, so I often, in this point of the debate, refer you to Judge Kavanaugh and the allegations against him and the day and the time that was supposed that said thing happened. And little did they know that Mr. Kavanaugh, Judge Kavanaugh now, had a daily log of said events. So he was very easily able to defend himself based on these false accusations, right? Because the Democrats were losing their SHIT because Judge Kavanaugh could be considered a conservative thinking individual. And so these false allegations came up with him, and he eviscerated these allegations with a daily planner of events. And so when I look at E. Jean Carroll and I look
I'm just
at
gonna pause you there.
What?
Then I'm gonna pause you there. Then I'm gonna let you continue.
Sure.
Judge Kavanaugh has absolutely nothing to do with our conversation. Okay.
Well,
right.
no,
I
it
mean,
will.
if you're
It
curious
will.
of my thoughts, I mean, I think that there's like
It
multiple
will.
incredibly valid claims against Kavanaugh, but Kavanaugh has
It
nothing
will.
to do with Donald Trump being
It
guilty of raping
does.
Eugene Carroll. And then second
Mhm.
thought that I want to head on here before we continue is I don't want you to shift the goalposts because you just told me that you think rape is
Oh
whatever
no,
the law defines it as,
no,
and then I
I'm
had you
gonna tell you.
listen. I don't want you to shift the goalposts. Listen to me because I asked you what you think grape is, and then you told me that you think grape is whatever the law says it is when the event occurs. So then I asked you, does this mean that you think that 0 enslaved individuals were raped in American history, since when they were raped, the law didn't define what happened to them as grape? And you said no, even though the law didn't define what happened to them as grape, they were still raped, self-contradicting your point. And then I followed it up with a common sense reduction on how grape should include, at the bare minimum, the penetration of a female member with any object forcefully and unconsensually. You didn't even give a response to that. Instead, you decided to shift the goalposts, and then you started bringing up Judge Kavanaugh. So I very
Right,
specifically
and
want you to respond to
yeah,
your
no, I
defense
will,
of
and
your
I am.
claim that I
Yeah,
can't call what
absolutely.
happened to Eugene Carroll as grape because the law didn't define it as grape when it occurred is an
No,
incredibly
I'm getting
terrible
there.
line of
I'm
reasoning
getting there.
that you've already self-contradicted by implying
getting there.
there were individuals in American history that were enslaved that were grape, even though the law didn't define what happened to them as grape at the time.
So I appreciate that. And what I'm going to say is when E. Jean Carroll supposedly had these things happen, right? She told what, a friend or two and a therapist. Neither one said nothing as reference to this happened. And then they changed the law for people that supposedly had wrongdoings from the Catholic Church.
Yeah, this
and
is a
then
pivot.
E. Jean Carroll, hold on, E. Jean Carroll.
We're not
then
listen.
came,
We're not
hold
debating
on,
the merits
can
of the
I-
case
can
yet.
I
We're just
tell
debating what
you?
is or isn't grape.
No.
I'm
What
sorry,
I'm
it's just a
saying
pivot.
here. No, it's not a pivot
Okay,
because
how does that
E.
do
Jean
that?
Carroll. Hold on, E. Jean Carroll could not, under testimony of her own, determine that Donald Trump's fingers or whatever it was had penetrated anything, and that is the one singular reason why it's not great.
Oh,
because
false.
she could not confirm. Oh no, that's exactly the reason, based on what the definition was at the time the said occurrence happened. Furthermore,
I'll tell you
she
why you're
never
wrong in
came-
3
Hold
sentences.
on. I'm almost done. I'm landing.
I
right
want to
now,
respond to
dude.
that very
I'm
specific
landing.
point. Okay, go land.
Can I land?
Yeah,
Okay,
fine.
so she was asked what day this happened. She could not remember. And I would argue that if she said a date, Donald Trump, just as Kavanaugh, would go back to his professional schedule that professionals keep to have an alibi for said allegation. But the fact that she could not produce a date, he could not produce an alibi. And based on her interview with a podcaster that said that she had to con the jury into believing that she was, and I quote, fuckable, is even more issues with her credibility, along with her Cooper interview saying that grape is sexy, which is freaking weird. She has no date. She has no physical knowledge of what was used, and therefore your statement is invalidated, Dean, and you know it.
Okay, watch this. So at this point in time, what you are trying to do is something that many people that join this live try to do. It's called the muddy the waters tactic, okay? Because you knew that you were going to lose on the point of attempting to defend what happened to her wasn't grape because the law didn't define it as grape when it occurred, right? So therefore, you just brought in about a billion other things surrounding the fact that you think she couldn't name a date, surrounding the fact that you think that she tried to con the jury into determining that she was fuckable, surrounding the fact that you think that she said grape was sexy to Anderson Cooper, so on and so forth. You're muddying the waters. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to
That's what
slow
happened.
down and we're going to go 1 point at a time. And when we go 1 point at a time, I want you to specifically stay on that point until the conversation is developed sufficiently to an extent where we can move on to the next point. The first point we're going to start with, out of everything that you just said, was your claim that she went on CNN, spoke to Anderson Cooper, and said that she thinks grape is sexy. How much money are you willing to put on that claim?
She said that people think that grape is sexy.
You didn't even need to put money on the claim because you revised yourself the moment I brought it up because you knew that it was wrong, which makes you even more despicable. You just tried to tell me and tell everybody watching that she went on the live, she went on with Anderson Cooper, and she said that grape is sexy. I call you out on your bullshit, and then you automatically completely changed the claim into what she actually said, which is that people think grape is sexy. And you're right. she did say that. She said that people think grape is sexy. Grape is not sexy. It's not sexual. It's goddamn violent. Okay? And the matter of the fact is, she is right. Okay? And I agree with her. So if you agree with me, you should agree with her too. And you should stop intentionally, and keyword on intentionally there, because you completely switched up the moment I pointed it out. You need to stop intentionally misconstruing her words, changing them to imply something totally and egregiously different than what she said, even when you know exactly what she said in its full context, because that is sick. That is despicable.
So I would just argue that somebody saying that people think that grape is sexy is straight up fucking cringe. And even Anderson Cooper was like, I don't know what to do with this. We're going to go to commercial, because he did too. So, I mean, if you think that
it's not cringe.
Yeah,
it's not cringe to say that some people think grape is sexy. It's cringe and weird and wrong to think grape is sexy in the first place. Okay, just simply denoting reality, discussing the facts, talking about the fact that so many people out there think grape is sexy and fantasize about it when it is not, but rather violent. That's not cringe. That is a fact, and that's a fact we need to discuss so we as a society could get better off. Why are you attempting to blame her for the very demonic and terrible ways that other people think that she is pointing out as a victim of grape herself, saying that we as a society need to do better? You are sick.
But I don't think that's what she was doing, and I don't think you generally do either. She said it in a way that implied, and then she followed by that with sexy. So, I mean, nice try.
So you think?
I'll give you some credit for that, Dean.
So you think when she said that people think grape is sexy, it's not sexy, it's violent. That somehow implied that she thinks grape is sexy. Come on, use common sense. You know, the right likes to talk about common sense so much, but then when we actually dig into what the right thinks, you guys are the least sensible people on the face of planet Earth. Get fucking real with me, buddy. Tell me how that's a fair implication to make.
Well, I think that ultimately her credibility by making these weird
answer my question. You're not answering my specific question. Answer my very specific question. How is it fair to think that she was implying that she thinks grape is sexy when she said people think grape is sexy? It's not. It's violent.
Well, I would argue that Anderson Cooper's reaction and his uncomfortable position and the fact that he immediately went to commercial as being a good indicator.
Wait, so you're saying because Anderson Cooper went to commercial after E. Jean Carroll said that people think grape is sexy, it's not sexy, it's violent, that therefore you think that you were justified in assuming that E. Jean Carroll thinks grape is sexy? Is anyone else seeing just how completely incoherent and delusional this line of thought is? Or is it just me?
Well, I would argue that it's more than just what she said, Dean. It's her body language.
Oh, yes.
And the fact that she leaned in. And then she insinuated that then Anderson Cooper was sexy. Oh, you're interesting. Oh, I'd like to get to know you.
Oh,
exactly. Really?
And so now, this is another big issue. Just because a woman is talking to you, just because a woman is interested in what you have to say, doesn't mean that she wants you, okay? Right? And I think that you and a lot of other men need to know this, that, dude, a woman literally just giving, you some of her attention, saying that you're saying interesting things, does not imply that she wants you, bro. I am so fucking sorry, right, that you've been ostracized by the women in your life from day fucking one because you're so fucking terrible to them, and that's incredibly abundantly fucking clear through the words and treatment that you have been implying and verbally stating in reference to E. Jean Carroll this whole time, that you've now reduced yourself down to the point of thinking that women want you just because they're willing to call you interesting. But I'm going to tell you, that's not true at the slightest. But even if it were to be true, even if E. Jean Carroll did want Anderson Cooper, how does E. Jean Carroll wanting Anderson Cooper prove that E. Jean Carroll thinks grape is sexy? I didn't know having love interests thinks that you mean means that you think grape is sexy. Do you see how insane that is to assume?
Well, I think that context in a conversation is important, and the way that she framed the conversation and the way that she conducted herself throughout the conversation matters. As you well know, you talk to people all the time, and I think it's, somewhat brave of you to try to defend E. Jean Carroll, but she kind of cooks herself every single time, and you know this.
Okay, so then make the context clear, because as far as I'm concerned, the context actually explains exactly how you're wrong. She said that people think grape is sexy, it's not sexy, it's violent. I think that pretty clearly shows that she doesn't think grape is sexy. So what's the context that does clearly show that she thinks grape is sexy, Mr.
Well, I would argue, I would argue that her latest podcast about her saying that she needed to make herself fuckable is exactly the same context in the way that she handled herself on Alice on Cooper's interview, and that was that her perspective on Grape, on SA, and the whole trial, and the fact that she needed to do her hair a certain way, and that she needed to talk a certain way, and she needed to wear certain clothes, is the bigger picture on E. Jean Carroll does not have credibility, and she says weird shit.
Exactly. Bigger picture, because you can't stay on the one subject that we've been debating, which is your claim that she implied Grape is sexy. So you've got to try to go bigger picture mode to muddy the waters and change the topic of the conversation. Your goal shift isn't getting past me. And by the way, a woman saying, that she wants to take the time to make herself look fuckable doesn't mean that if that woman gets raped, that it's justified. Nor does it mean that woman thinks Grape is sexy. What you're trying to do is you're attempting to dispute the merit of her character to imply that what Donald Trump did to her wasn't as bad as it would be if she had a better character. 2025, man. I'm surprised you haven't got the memo yet. No one deserves to be raped. No one at all. Bro, I'm so sorry.
You could
be giving me quotes about E. Jean Carroll, right? Imagine that E. Jean Carroll was actually a bad person and you were right and I was wrong. Imagine that E. Jean Carroll said some crazy shit. Imagine that E. Jean Carroll was we need to get all the immigrants out of the country. Imagine that E. Jean Carroll said I'm kind of racist. Those things are terrible, right? But even still, yet that wouldn't justify her getting raped, man. And matter of fact, you're fucking trying to grab for straws here, saying that it's okay she was raped because you think that she thought Anderson Cooper was attractive. Come on, get fucking real, dude. The sophistry and the support for Grape and attempting to justify it by disputing the basis of the character of the victim, by reaching for fucking straws and grabbing nothing as exposed by myself, is weak and harmful to society. Do better, not just for society, but for any woman or girl that has been in your life, is in your life, or could be in your life in the future.
Sure. So, let's just make it very clear. I'm not condoning this behavior. I'm not condoning men taking advantage of women in the slightest. I make that very clear. But at the same time, you're sitting and talking.
Yeah, the butt told me and everybody else all we need to know. I'm not saying that Grape is okay, but...
Hold on. But at the same time, I think that if somebody is going to come forward, they should have time, place, and manner. That's pretty much the law in criminal settings, right? Time, place, manner, right? And so if you're going to come with an allegation, which, by the way, she's had other allegations against other men. So this isn't an isolated event. Somehow she's had this happen more than once, which if that's true, it's a complete tragedy. And I'm not saying that those other aren't validated, but it just seems weird that one person would have these things happen multiple times, more than 10 times in her life. And I would just argue that, there's a reason why this happened in civil court, because she had no time.
So point number one.
She had a place and she had a matter.
So point number one, majority of the women in my life have been sexually harassed, sexually assaulted, or raped by more than one man. All right, I'm so sorry that you have a complete lack of an ability to see the worldly perspective from anybody but a straight white man. So you cannot understand that, right? It's clear you can't understand that, not because of your last statement, but because of many others too. But unfortunately, that is a fact of reality. And one of the reasons why it continues to be a fact of reality is because of the denial of that reality by people like you that will fail and refuse to support a systemic change, not just in this country, but globally to end rape culture, to end harm against women, and to end this violent, atrocious trend that we've seen in the world for the last 180 years of the existence of Homo sapiens sapiens. Now, point number two, you said that she's accused over 10 men. Name 4 of them.
Oh, I don't actually know the ins and outs of the cases, but I know that she has.
Oh, okay. If you don't even know their names, then how do you know she has?
Because it's been reported on by many credible news outlets.
Okay, name one news outlet that has reported on her accusing 4 men. I'm not even going for all 10. Just name 4. Give me evidence of 4.
Sure, AP News.
Okay, what do I look up to
Fox
find it?
News.
AP News, what do I look up to find it? AP News.
Yeah,
What do I look
yeah.
up?
E. Jean Carroll has accused multiple men of sexually assaulting slash rape, whatever you want to put in there.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing that pops up when I search up AP News, E. Jean Carroll has accused multiple men of sexually assaulting her, is jury finds Trump liable for sexual abuse of E. Jean Carroll. The second thing that pops up says Trump accuser says many in her generation didn't report rape. The third thing that pops up is when this went to trial and says Trump is accused in court of rape. The fourth thing that pops up is from AP. It says a jury found Trump responsible for sexual abuse. The fifth thing that pops up is from AP News once again. It says E. Jean Carroll is suing Donald Trump for defamation. So in fact, that is not the headline nor title of any article reported on by AP News that would demonstrate E. Jean Carroll has at least accused 4 men of rape in her life. So you lied.
So, Dean,
why did you lie?
No. Okay, so is it your generation's belief that only the first page of your search query is relevant?
Oh, okay.
I mean, is that your argument? Is that your argument,
If
bro?
page 2 or 3 or 4 is relevant, then I'll happily go to them. But yeah, if that was the title of an article as reported on by AP News, not only would it be on the first page, it'd be the first search result. I thought that you were quoting a headline. So do I need to go to page 2?
No, what I'm saying here, Dean, is that the same algorithm that gives you the delusion that you're really popular is the same that gave you the answer. It's okay, bro.
Oh, okay. So now you're saying that once again, I'm botting my views. That's a delusion of popularity. That's a nice cope in response to me proving that you're an absolute idiot that is not coming with facts, but coming with your own delusions to justify your hypocrisy and to justify your support of an adjudicated rapist, predicated on your baseless refutation and defamation of a victim of rape, you POS.
So you
once
do
again,
realize-
you told
Hold on,
me
Dean.
that you had credible
Hold on.
reporting from major credible outlets to demonstrate that she has accused 10 men of
How
rape
about
in
take
her
the
life.
AP part
I
out?
asked you
Just take
for the
AP out.
evidence for that.
Yeah.
You told me to go on Google, look up AP News. E. Jean Carroll has accused men of raping her, and you haven't been able to demonstrate it to me so far.
So let me
what
ask
do I
you,
need to
are
look
you
up to
familiar-
find those? What do
Hold
I
on,
need?
are you-
What do I need to look up to find the names of the 10 men E. Jean Carroll is accused of raping her? Tell me
You
now.
do realize people pay for those to be on the first page, right?
Okay.
Like people pay marketing.
So SEO.
So just take the AP out. Just take the AP out.
So SEO.
Just go with the facts.
Okay. Just so I just look up E. Jean Carroll's accused multiple men of sexual assault.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, let's go and look that one up. The first thing that pops up is a post on Twitter. Okay, so it looks like she. Okay, so I did find one other man, Les Moonves, a former CBS CEO. I actually knew about that one. She accused him of assaulting her in the mid '90s. Okay, all right. So Les Moonves, the second man. Where are the other 8?
Oh, they're there.
Where?
So is it your position that because you can't find it in 2.2 seconds that it's not real? Is that it?
Well, I mean, no, because I'm continuing to ask you for the evidence.
Well, yeah. Obviously, you're gonna have to do research on your time, Dean.
Oh, so you're telling me that I need to do your homework for you because you came unprepared.
Oh no. I'm just saying that there's multiple.
Oh, so if you're
men.
denying, if you're denying that I don't need to do your homework for you because you didn't come unprepared, that means that you would be prepared and that you could give me the evidence that you're right. So give me the evidence.
Well, yeah, we've already proved that there's multiple men, correct?
Oh, multiple in the sense of 2. Yeah, Les Moonves, we already knew about him.
Yeah,
There's a
there
big
you go.
difference
All
between
right,
2 and 10. So who are the other 8?
Well, I think that, for you to get the others, you're going to have to do a little bit further than just the first page.
All right, let's do it. What do I need to type in? Let's do that digging. Let's do it together.
It's the same search.
Oh,
just don't get
same search.
same search.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that search didn't give
You
me
said the very
names
first
of the
thing
other 8
that
men,
was
so I
Twitter.
think we're going to need a different
Yeah.
search.
Yeah, the very first thing that you said was Twitter, and that it produced the second one. So maybe we should just scroll down.
Okay. All right. So the third headline is E. Jean Carroll accuses Trump of rape. Fourth headline is E. Jean Carroll versus Donald J. Trump Wikipedia page. Fifth headline is jury in alleged assault case against Donald Trump. Sixth headline is writer E. Jean Carroll made sexual assault claims against President Trump and Leslie Moonves, as we already pointed out. Yeah, where are the other 8 people?
They're there.
Okay, where?
Well, Dean, we don't want to bore the people. I mean, you can do the research.
I'm fine with boring the people. Let's do it. Let's
boring the bots.
Let's bore. Yeah, exactly. You forgot. They're not people. They're bots. Okay, you got to stay consistent. So where are the other 8 people? Let's bore the hell out of the viewers. Okay, for the 13,400 people hanging out with us on TikTok.
Box, Dean? Do I need to get in front of my magic box?
Is that what you as a 50-year-old are referring to as a computer? And if so, yes, old man.
Well, it's not the bearer of all truth. You know that.
That was a good one. Come on, you got to get
I know.
Listen. Okay, get on the computer. Give me a source.
All right.
Okay. yeah. So Jennings in the YouTube chat says, "I want to be bored." Yeah, chat. Can we get some like W boredoms, right? That like just because all of you guys are gonna feel so bored because like he can't find any evidence for his claim. Like once again, other 8 men. W boredom. W boredom. I'm so ready to be bored, right? While we're all waiting on him trying to find evidence for his claim. Yeah, dude. While he's doing that,
you can think. You can think your chats. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Dude. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Guys, I'm literally. Holy shit. Are you guys serious? 1 second. Dude. 1 second. Let me just make sure that these both are real. Holy shit, you guys. Where did it go? I'm so sorry. You guys are like being so like unbelievably kind. Wow. Christopher. Thank you so much for the 500 big ones. We got to call them big ones because I think that's the word that's getting restricted by TikTok. Over on the VENMO. Christopher, dude. Oh my god. That is so much. Christopher, that is insane. That is insane, Christopher. W pot money. Oh my god. Christopher, I do not deserve that at all in like a billion goddamn years. I want to see 5,000 Christopher W's down below in the chat. Christopher with the 500 big ones says, "For being you." Christopher, all the love in the world, my friend. That is absolutely insane. Chat, I want you to show so much love to Christopher. That is so much kind. They do so many big ones. That's what we got to call them. So many big ones. Thank you so much for your kindness and your generosity, Christopher. I really hope that you're still in here. I do not deserve that in a billion years, and that is too much. Too much, man. Thank you so much for your kindness. All the love in the world to you. Please show some love to Christopher down below. As well as Kevin. Thank you for the 5 big ones over on VENMO, who says, here's some DNC bot big ones. As well as Jake with the 5 big ones as well. Thank you so much for the love. Jake says, Dean, I love everything that you do. Thank you, Jake. Jacob, thank you so much for the $20 big ones over on the V. Thank you for the 20 big ones on the V. Appreciate you, Jacob. Allison with the 10 big ones on the V. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. As well as Allison, I'm going to take what you said into account. I'm going to explore that. As well as Jacob with another 5, Ethan with a 2, Jin with a 5, Madison with a 5, Lupin with a 2, Sammy, thank you so much for the 30 big ones over on the V. Show some love to Sammy down below in that chat. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy says, I wish TikTok didn't limit you from going fully off on Defenders of Grape. Yeah, man, I have to be careful what I say. As well as Yacinta, thank you so much for the 10 big ones over on the V, who says, here's 10 for the research and for me. My name is pronounced with a J instead of a Y. Oh, Jacinta, thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much. As well as Lauren with a 1. As well as, dude, again. Caitlin, thank you so much for the 300 big ones over on Venmo. I'm so sorry. See, that's why, like, I was about, like, brought to tears. I have, like, no clue what is going on. You guys are being, like, outrageously fucking kind. Thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin with the 300 big ones says, continue to smear these MAGAs. I love what you do. All the love in the world to you, Caitlin. I'm going to tell you the same thing. I do not deserve that. That is way too much. I never will. And I don't even know if like me verbally saying thank you will ever be enough. Chat, please also show some love to Caitlin down below. That is just too much. Thank you, Caitlin, for your kindness. Seriously, fucking seriously. As well as, let's see here, Shirley, thank you for the $50, big ones, over on the PP. Shirley with the 50 big ones says, Dean, you are a juggernaut. I've been following you since early 2024 and you've grown so much. Thank you for what you do. Your debating skills are invaluable for the left. Thank you, Shirley. Let's get 500 Shirley W's. You guys are so fucking kind. Oh my God. As well as Stephanie. Thank you so much for the $30 over on PayPal. Actually, I already thanked Stephanie a while ago. Robert, thank you so much for the 50 big ones over on the PP. Appreciate you for that love, Robert. Good to see you again. Robert says, 70-year-old Robert here again. Good to see you firing on all 8 cylinders. Keep cooking them, buddy. I'm going to go buy you some more bots. Let's go. W. Robert for buying the bots. And thank you for the 50 big ones. As well as Billy. Thank you for the 10 from an organic viewer. Thank you for the love, Billy. You are quite frankly awesome. As well as a Shirley with a 10 saying beep boop. Sarah with a 10 saying I love your content. Thank you so much for the love. As well as Krista Bell. Thank you for the 35 big ones on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Krista Bell. Who says, Dean, have you ever taken some time to get some data / analytics on your guests? I haven't. That'd actually be really interesting to do. I feel like 90% of them would be like uneducated white guys. So preliminary data expectation right there. As well as Christopher, thank you for the $15 over on PayPal. Another Christopher, thank you for the 25. Thank you so much to the 2 Christophers. You guys are awesomes. And then also, once again, Darrell. No, I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name again. I know it's not pronounced Daryl. Darrell. There we go. Darrell, thank you so much for the 25 big ones over on PayPal as well. Thank you so much. Madison with a 5. Dude, you guys are being so kind. Elizabeth with a 20, who says, thank you for always sticking up for sexual assault survivors. I really appreciate your work and always listening to you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Owen with a 20. Owen says, as a man who's a victim of grape and SA on multiple occasions, it frustrates the hell out of me to see a rapist has become president, and it especially sickens me to see that there's men justifying grape on women. Truly terrifying. I agree, Owen. It is so fucking scary. As well as Patricia. Thank you so much for the 50 big ones on the BP. Appreciate you for the love, Patricia. Let's get 500 big Patricia W's. Patricia says, too emotional to say more than thank you so much. Patricia, I appreciate you for your kindness. And I could take a good guess why you're emotional. I think that it's really hard for me, and even harder for so many other people tuning into these live streams, listening to the sick, deplorable shit that guests like this guy has to say about rape. I mean, if you were watching last week, I had it in my life early because we just had a guest just saying such sick shit. It's like truly one of those things that gets through to me and gets through to any reasonable person every single time like this level of sickness is brought up. And then one last like really big one here. I'm like so sorry that I've spent so long thanking all of the donors. Like I apologize that I'm taken away from the debate, but I just like truly do try to thank every single person like individually, like to the best of my ability. And Anne, thank you so much for the $100 on the PP. Appreciate you for the love, Anne. Thank you so much. Let's get 1,000 big Ann W's in that chat. Anne didn't leave a message, only the love. And I really hope that you're doing well. You're always here hanging out with us. Just know that I really appreciate you. As well as Rami, thank you so much for the $100 on Super Chat as well. Dude, like Jesus Christ, you guys. I'm so sorry. This is like fucking insane. Rami with $100 says, Dean, please kick him. He is supporting grape, and his way of thinking is why us women don't report grape or want to engage in it. This is outrageous. Well, yeah, he's like most likely going to be kicked off the live soon. But the matter of fact is so many people think the way he does, they were able to make a grapist president. And if I'm not able to like criticize the fuck out of this thought process, condemn the fuck out of this thought process, and be able to display clearly to like tens of thousands of people at a time why this thought process is so wrong and demonic, then what's to stop it from happening again?
I'm ready with more names.
I really do. Thank you so much for the $100, Rami. That is so incredibly kind of you. As well as Marin, thank you so much for the $20 over on YouTube, who says, for the record, 2 out of 3 people who have been assaulted have reported multiple assaults for the average of 3.2 incidents per person per the NIH. I can't even believe that that's a stat.
Yeah, so I have more names, Dean.
As well as Sleepy, thank you for the $10. Be quiet. And Eugenia, thank you for the 150 UIU. Appreciate you guys so much for the love. Like, dude, it literally took me like 5 to 10 minutes there just to go through like all of the donations from the last like 30 minutes. You guys are like so ridiculously kind. Please like show some love to all of our donors. Like, I can't even believe that level of love, folks. Like, just thank you. It means the world. Thank you guys so much for your kindness. And take it away.
Yeah, so Hunter S. Thompson is her own account in her own biography in 1993 of the book Hunter, uh, Strange and Savage Life of Hunter S. Thompson, right? So she says that there was an encounter in a hot tub where supposedly this particular gentleman, sliced her pants off and had these comments about having a good time. And Mr. Thompson's family has come out that says that her behavior, Miss Carroll's behavior, based on ex-wife, friends, and family that were there at the event, were considered unconventional style of living. So I don't know what that means, but that's another person that she accused of having some kind of sexual advances on her in a very violent way.
Okay.
That a lot of people around that other particular individual actually had negative things to say about her own behavior and how she chose to live her life. So, there's that individual, right? Then we have a former boss that Miss Carroll has wrote about, alleging incidents with the former boss chased her down the hotel hallway, right? Again, these allegations
Sure, what's
about
his
men
name?
and
Is it Les Muniz?
No, that's
What is it?
separate from Les Moonves.
Okay. So
Yeah,
what's his
and
name?
so again, she has written about
Okay,
all of these
so what's his name?
alleged accounts,
So what's his
but
name? So what's his name?
it just says former
So
boss.
so former boss who?
It doesn't say, just his former boss, but I mean, I think that it's very interesting that she accuses all these people. People come and say, "Hey, this man is a good man," and this person that's making these accusations lives unconventionally. Whatever unconventionally means, I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound
okay.
like
So
normal.
I don't know why you just lied. So Les
I
Moonves
didn't.
was her former boss from CBS, who she accused of sexually assaulting her in a hotel.
That this is saying that has him in 2019 book, and then this is
Yes. The accusation
separate
against
from
Les
that.
Moonves was made in 2019, right after Moonves had left his position. So you're actively talking about, right, the claim that she made about Les Moonves, right? And you're saying that
So-
you're not, to make it seem like you're talking about more than one guy here, right? To make your
So
claim
that's
seem more
we're up to
credible.
four
But
or
you're talking
five?
about Les
Are we up
Moonves.
to 4 or 5, sir?
Sir, you can't count.
4
You're
or
up to
5,
three.
right? 3.
Yes, you're up to Donald Trump, Les Moonves, and her discussing an autobiography she wrote in the '90s about somebody being in a hot tub with her and taking out a knife and trying to take her pants off. So you're up to 3. Can you count?
Well, then we have the former boss. Which
Former
is
boss,
a
that is Les
separate-
Moonves. That's not separate. You're
No.
talking about the
No, no,
incident
no.
where Les
It's-
Moonves sexually assaulted her in
it's
a
being
hotel. That
represented-
was, then this was an accusation that came out in 2019. Are you saying
No,
that
that
she
happened
accused
in
somebody
a
else of
hotel
doing something to
elevator.
her, happening to her in a
No,
hotel
sir.
that she also
No.
came out with in 2019?
It was the Les Moonves is in a hotel elevator. This is in a hotel hallway, sir.
Okay,
It's
so
a different.
so
incident.
another
That's
former
4.
boss.
4.
Okay,
Yeah.
so who's this other former boss then?
It doesn't say. It just says former boss.
Well, I think
She-
I could tell
this
you
is
why it
in
doesn't
her
say.
own writing, by the way.
I could tell you why it doesn't say. It's because you're just talking about Les Moonves. Also, by the way, Les Moonves was accused of rape by 12 women. Right?
What's that?
Point number 1, Les Moonves was accused by 12 women. Point number 2, you're just talking about Les Moonves.
Well, I've clearly established my talking point that it's multiple men.
Okay, so you've established your talking point that it's 3 people. Yeah, I mean, as one of my super chatters brought up over on YT, right, the average, right, occurrence, per victim is 3.2. So it's crazy, but she actually falls below the average.
When your friend Dean, not Dean, excuse me, Harry Sisson, when he had all these accusations on him, do you think that maybe that's because he's an influential person? Don't you think that somebody that would be the president of the United States would have people doing false accusations based on his political and status in the community?
Okay. All right. So good to know that you just lost on that point because now you're trying to talk about something totally different.
No, I'm just saying that,
quite
that she's
frankly,
accused multiple people that are
Yeah.
unfounded, sir.
Okay.
Unfounded.
Okay.
So
that's my point.
So point number one, I didn't know that winning in court resulted in an unfounded accusation. In fact, that would be a proven accusation to the point where it's no longer an accusation, it's a fact. And then you said multiple in the sense of Les Moonves. Les Moonves had been accused of SA and grape by 12 women, then ultimately lost his fucking job because of it in 2019. That's what he was fired for. He was fucking booted from CBS for it. And then you're saying that she wrote an autobiography, right, in the 90s, right, where she was in a hot tub with somebody and they pulled out a knife and tried to take her pants off. Sir, I'm so sorry. If you can't see your own delusion, right, I don't think I can help you, right? Because your original claim that you brought up was you saying that E. Jean Carroll has accused 10 people of graping her, all right? And we agreed on Donald Trump and Les Moonves. And then while I was thanking all of my donors for like literally 20 fucking minutes, literally 20
Thomas
minutes,
and the other boss.
you were able to find one more instance that even she said was not grape.
4.
No, there's no fourth. If there's a fourth, fucking name him.
And
put
you know
a name
what?
to
I
him.
found that on the internet.
If there's a fourth, put a
minutes.
name to him. You can't put a name to him because he's not a fourth. You're talking about Les Moonves.
Have you read her book?
Are you talking?
Have you read her book?
Are you
have
talking?
You read her book?
And I have a question for that fourth one against this elusive other boss that wasn't Les Moonves. What year was that accusation made?
Yes, all in the 90s, Dean.
Okay, so where are you finding that? Show me your source. I want to look at it. I want to look at this fourth accusation of this elusive former boss, right? From
It's
the
in
90s.
her book. It's in her book, Dean.
Okay, what page? What?
The Hunter.
Oh no, we're not. We're
book.
not talking about the biography about Hunter and what happened in the hot tub. We're talking about this elusive former boss that chased her in a hotel. Where are you finding that one?
I'm sure if I did research for 30 minutes, I could find out.
Wait, I'm just asking you, like, where are you finding the information from as is? I mean, you got it from somewhere. Where did you get it from?
From Google.
Okay,
Dean.
well, Google's the search engine. I'm asking you for your source.
Page 12. Dean.
Okay, so what's the website URL?
Let's see here.
You don't even know the fucking dude. Okay, you're lying. Oh, Jesus.
Nomus E Liberty.
Spell it out.
NOMOS E Liberty.
Liberty dot what?
That's the source. Namos E Liberty.
So Namos E Liberty dot what? .com .org.
Let's see here.
It's not just on your screen right now at the top of the search bar, bro. You gotta be capping. You gotta just be making shit up.
It's pretty long, bro. It's pretty long.
Okay. I'm so sorry. We're just looking at the subdomain namuseliberty dot what. We'll go fucking like 4 characters at a time. Jesus Christ. Is it dot lies? Is it dot cap? Is it dot made up?
So let me ask you.
No, dude. Namuseliberties dot what? We're looking at the URL. Namuseliberties dot what? Wait, no. I thought it was on Namus Liberties.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, what's the URL? namuseliberties.com? .org? Which one? .gov? .edu?
Hold on. I put in Hunter S. Thomas. Carol wrote that journalist Hunter S. Thomas once sliced her pants.
He's getting trapped in his lies. I'm going to clarify this for the last time.
You want me to? I can put my screen on, bro.
I'm going to clarify this for the last time.
You want me to do it?
I'm going to clarify this for the last time. We are not talking about Hunter. We are not talking about the biography. Listen to me. We're not talking about Hunter. We're not talking about the biography.
That's his first name.
No,
that's Mr. Thompson's first name, Dean.
We're not listening to what I'm saying.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to give me your attention.
You want me to put it on screen for you, bro?
I'm gonna need your attention, sir. Let me know when I have it.
I have no problem doing that. Here we go.
Listen, let me know when I have your attention. Seriously, I'm being dead ass. Oh my god, I feel like a fucking kindergarten teacher. We are not talking about Hunter Thompson. Let me break this down for you. Super duper. Okay. You obviously cannot be paying attention to me and what I'm saying if you're trying to focus on showing like Google on your phone screen. Get it out, right? Do your fucking zoomies. Let me know when I have your attention.
So again, right? We're talking about her 1993 book, Dean. This is from her own words, Dean. Okay? She's accused multiple men, including Hunter S. Thompson, right, of these supposed acts, right?
All right, let me know when you're done.
I don't get. I don't know. I just don't get why this is so complicated for you.
All right.
Like look it up on the internet, bro.
All
It's
right.
it's quoted from her own book.
Can I have your attention now?
Sure.
Thank you so much. All right. So just to clarify, because we need to clean this up because you're fucking lost. Okay? So far, right, you have been able to bring up Donald Trump, Les Moonves, and Hunter Thompson, and then some elusive, right, fourth person, right, that was apparently one of her former bosses that chased her in a hotel. Okay? We know she accused Donald Trump of raping her. Confirmed. We know she accused Les Moonves of sexually assaulting her. Confirmed. We know she wrote a biography in the 90s saying that she was in a hot tub with Hunter and he pulled out a knife and tried to take her pants off. Confirmed. What is not confirmed, that I'm asking you for more information on, is the elusive fourth old boss that apparently chased her like in a hotel that's not Les Moonves. All right? That is the claim that I'm asking you about. That is the claim that I'm investigating. And that is the claim I want your source on. I asked you for your source on this claim, and you pointed me towards Nomos eLiberty. And I'm just simply asking you for the full URL to investigate it. So can you give that to me now?
The name was the source, not the name of the individual. Just so you know.
I know Nomos eLiberty is the source. Is that nomoseliberty.com? Is that nomoseliberty.org? Is that nomoseliberty.edu? Right now, all that we're trying to identify is what the main URL is of the website. What is it?
It would be Nomos eLibrary.
So not Liberty.
.com. Try that out. Yeah.
So not Liberty, but library?
Yeah. eLibrary.
Okay. Nomoselibrary.com is not a website.
See, this is how we get lost in a debate. You want to like nail me down on this one subject, right?
I'm asking you for your source. Yes.
Yeah.
So nomoseliberty.com is not a real website. If you doubt me and you're watching, go just look up NOMOSE library.com. It's going to say website not found because it's not an actual website. So what's the source?
Well, the web is full of nonsense about Donald Trump, obviously, right?
Okay, pivot. You're not giving me the source about this like fourth elusive ex-boss Eugene Carroll had that she accused of chasing her in a hotel. Let's focus on that, sir. One topic at a time. Don't get distracted.
Yeah.
Stay
So
on
when I
track here.
open,
What's the
I know
source?
when I open up this page, it is Nomos eLibrary dot D \en \documents \view \detail UUID.
Okay. Slow down with me
Again.
here. So nomos eLibrary dot D dot DE. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see now.
Okay,
that's a website. Boom! Finally got a website. Good fucking job. And it's in German. Okay. Where do we go from here?
That's where it's talking about the Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh my God. This is... Hunter
And her own
Thompson. This
book,
is...
by the way.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm talking to somebody with 5 brain cells. Okay, sir. I am not asking you. Wow.
So just so you know, Dean,
Wow.
this doesn't make you have a big win, bro. It's all good.
Wow.
I've already made my point.
Holy crap.
And you're just realizing it right now.
Sir.
It's okay.
I'm not asking you about Hunter Thompson. I don't know how many times I have to say this. We're not talking about Hunter Thompson. I believe
I've
you.
already given you my source. It's her own book.
Listen. Yes, her own book, the biography from the 90s about Hunter Thompson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked that
That's
up.
right.
You were right. That was a true claim that you made. Confirmed.
Okay, great.
I'm not asking you about Hunter Thompson. I'm asking you about the fourth person, the elusive ex-boss that is not Les Moonves that she accused of chasing her in a hotel. That's what I'm trying to find a source for. Not
I'm
Hunter
trying to
Thompson.
find that. I'm trying to find that as well. I put in E. Jean Carroll accuses former boss chasing down a hotel hallway.
Wait, so now you're
That's
wait,
what I put in there.
if you're actively trying to find a source for that as we speak, then where did you get that from when you told me it earlier?
From her own book, once again.
About Hunter Thompson?
No, about the other boss.
About the other, so what book?
Her book
Which one?
from 1993.
From 1993, which one? What's it titled? How do you know the contents of the book if you don't know the name of the book? What?
Oh, I'm online, just like you, Dean.
Oh, so you're telling me okay, what's the source online that shows the contents of a book from 1993 where she's accusing some ex-boss that is not Les Moonves of chasing her in a hotel? Perfect! You found it online. That means there's a URL attached. What's the URL?
So it's her own book again, and there's actually
No,
three.
the URL, the
A
URL,
college
the
suitor-
the
hold on.
URL, the URL.
The college suitor, right? The boss who chased her down the hallway, and a boy who put a stick or rock inside her genitalia when she was a child. These are what she writes in the book.
Okay.
Multiple.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm gonna scream. I'm going to scream. Oh my God.
Just seems to follow her around. Isn't that weird?
I'm going to scream. Oh my God. Oh my God. The former boss that she wrote about that she accused of like chasing her through a hotel, then essaying her in a fucking chasing her and then sexually assaulting her in a I'm like, my brain's broken because because your brain's broken in the goddamn elevator is Les Moonves.
No, that's incorrect.
No,
In her
no.
book,
Listen. No.
says it right here.
No. Listen. I want you to go on Google. I want you to type
I have it right
in
here.
college suitor E. Jean Carroll, former boss chased her in hotel hallway. It is
have it right here.
referring to Les
Put me on the big
Moonves.
screen. Put me on the big screen. It says, and I quote, in 2019, experts of her book, Carol described an assailant by the boss and other incidents. She did not name a specific boss, but in the description of the hotel hallway incident, Carol also accused former CBS chief executive Les Moonves of separate sexual assault that occurred in the hotel elevator. So again, we're talking about two different events
where can I
from
read
her
this?
own book, Dean.
Where can I read this? Where can I read what you're reading? What's
called Google.
Okay,
Bring it
so-
up.
so you're
It says-
saying that
bring up Google. Hold on. Bring
Okay,
up Google
I'm
and
on
put
Google.
E. Jean Carroll accused former boss chased down hotel hallway.
All
And it'll
right.
tell you.
And the first thing that pops up is Les Moonves. So what website are you on? What is the publisher
I'm on
of the
Google.
website you're on? Google is a
This
search
is
engine.
AI. This is AI overview, Dean.
Oh my God.
That's how simple it is.
Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
First and fucking foremost, okay,
Mm-hmm.
never trust the AI overview on Google, okay? Second of all, when you look this up, okay, I'm not saying to trust the AI overview. I'm just simply saying when you look this up, the AI overview actually tells you the former boss that chased her down the hotel hallway was Les Moonves. I'll show you on screen right now. This is unfucking believable. Can you read this for us real quick?
So it still doesn't change the facts.
No.
Dean. Multiple
Listen,
men
can you please read this for us?
accused by
No.
this
Please
movie.
read this for us.
All instantiated.
No.
by the way.
Listen. Read this. Out loud. Read it out loud for the class.
Well, I don't have my glasses on, Dean.
Jesus,
I
I'll
am
read it.
50 at the end of the day.
I'll
Come
read
on.
it out loud for the class.
Thank you.
I typed
Thank you. I
into
appreciate
Google,
it.
E. Jean Carroll, former boss, chased her in hotel. AI overview. E. Jean Carroll did not have her former boss chase her in a hotel. She accused her former boss, Les Moonves, of SAing her in a hotel elevator in the late 1990s. Now you are telling us that you are reading off of some website that she accused some other former boss of chasing her in a hotel. You
Correct.
will never be able to give me the title of that website. You will never be able to give me
How about I give
the
her the
URL
book?
of that
I can give you
website.
her
No,
book.
listen. You will never be able to give me the title nor the URL of that website because it doesn't exist and you're making shit up. Admit it.
She never names this person in her book from 2019.
Admit that you're making this up.
Read her book, and then we'll come back next week.
What's the title of the book?
Read her book.
What's the title of the book?
It's from 2019.
A year's not a title. Holy fucking moly.
You want me to bring it up? Okay. 2019 E. Jean Carroll book. I mean, Jesus Christ. What
making
do
shit up.
we need men for?
Okay,
is the book title.
So at what page of What Do We Need Men For does she accuse somebody that's not Les Moonves of chasing her in a hotel elevator?
Maybe you should
in a
read the
hotel
whole
lobby.
book, Dean. Maybe you should read the whole book.
Wait, I'm asking you because you're the one saying it's in the book.
I'm quoting the book because that's what the millennial Gen Z God Google
Great.
said.
Oh, okay, great. So where does Google say that? What's the URL that gives a quote from the book where she accuses somebody of chasing
It's
her
the
in a hotel
AI.
that's
I've
not Les
already told
Moonves?
you, sir.
Show me.
I've already told
Show
you.
me. Show us all.
You want? I just had it up, bro.
Okay, put it back up. I'm going to put you on the big screen. We need to see it.
Oh my lord. Okay, here we go.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Dude,
Okay.
holy fucking moly.
You said you'd put me up.
This guy's getting rolled right now. Holy shit. This guy's getting fucking rolled. Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
Give me some space, big boy.
Crazy
Give
roll.
me some space.
Actually rolled. All right, let's go to check it out together. Let's read it. Let's read it together. E. Jean Carroll, right, has accused a former boss. Show the whole thing. Show the whole thing. Show the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Can
E.
you
Jean
read
Carroll
that?
has accused a former boss of chasing her down a hotel hallway as one of several sexual assaults she experienced throughout her life. The account was detailed in her memoir, What Do We Need Men For? All right. So let's go
Read
ahead.
the bullet points.
Okay.
Read the bullet points.
Yeah. Well, we're going to look at the sources linked to each bullet point because AI on its own is like very unreliable. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to clip that hyperlink next to the first paragraph. Okay. Then click over to the first thing to the right.
Here? That's
Yeah.
about Donald Trump.
Oh shit. Okay. So obviously that's going to be pulling data for that prompt from Trump. So it's already unreliable. What's the second source?
Well, that source is from, that
Show
was
us.
the New Yorker.
Show us to the right. Show us to the right. Put the
Yeah.
camera to the right. Okay. Also Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and then
Yeah.
what's the third one about? Columnist E. Jean Carroll.
The third one.
Also,
yeah.
it says push him.
columnist E. Jean
It says
Carroll
finally
detailed,
able to
yeah.
push him off of her. That's a quote that she said about Trump. So that's also about Trump. What's a fourth one about?
NPR.
About Trump. Wait.
Trump,
So
yeah.
the four sources that Google AI is using to construct this paragraph are all about Trump, not about some elusive
look at
former
these
boss.
right here. What does that say? In 2019 experts of her book, E. Jean Carroll describes an assault by the boss and other
Yeah. So
incidents.
so that
Okay,
boss.
Hold on. She did not name the specific. Oh, see, you cut it off.
I'm sorry.
Why'd you do that?
We,
dude?
we all saw it. Do you want me to put it back up again?
Yeah. So it says right here, it says she did not name the specific boss in the description of the hotel hallway
Okay. So
incident.
what's the source for that claim?
Oh, and
What's-
then the third
wait,
one.
Wait.
is
What's the source for that claim?
accused
What's the source for that claim?
It's just all together.
Oh, so you're just trusting the AI overlords? But the four sources are all about Trump.
Dean, I thought Google was your god and savior. Come on now, bro.
The Google AI overview is like one of the least reliable tools on the internet. Everyone
so
knows
is
this.
TikTok, bro.
Literally, like everyone
So
knows
is
this.
TikTok.
Like, dude, like
So
the
is
Google
TikTok.
the Google AI overview will like literally make shit up.
Okay.
Like no, like
Right.
literally, like actually, like literally, like for instance, even like the Google AI
And like
overview.
your bot viewers.
Okay,
Do they make up
oh
your
god,
bot
you're
viewers?
back to the bot viewers. Listen, even the Google AI overview that I showed contradicts the one that you showed. Okay, like the fact that our two Google AI overviews contradict one another proves it's unreliable. Right? Mine says that she did not have her former boss chase her in a hotel. Right? Yours says that she did have her former boss chase her in a hotel. Right? The sources on yours are all about Trump, and the sources of mine probably are too, because it just makes shit up. Okay, so Google AI overview is incredibly unreliable, and my proof is that the two are now contradicting one another. So if you want to prove the claim that she accused some elusive secret fourth former boss that was not Les Moonves, you're gonna have to give some type of proof.
Yeah, her book. You should read it.
Okay, what page?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Okay, well then how do you know that it's in there? According to the AI overview that only source things about Trump and actually doesn't have one source about her book? Damn.
Look, Dean, I think
You see
that
what I
we're
mean?
really splitting hairs there, bud.
No, I'm not splitting hairs at all. I'm just simply trying to get your source here. Or I want you to admit that you don't have one, but your ego's too big for that. But guess
No,
what?
I do have
my,
a source.
my
You're
fucking
just not accepting
my
it.
fucking what's the source?
Her book.
Oh no.
What
the
do we
AI
do with men?
The AI just says it's in the book. How do you know the AI is right? I muted you. I'm mute. How to get that one out?
We could fix this problem by you and I both reading the book, right? And then we come back together and we can discuss it.
I mean, why isn't there sources about this online?
Do you want me to ask the internet what page this is on for your ego?
Yeah, well, I mean, I just want more information. I want you to prove your claim.
Well,
It's not my
if you
ego,
want
it's
more
yours.
information, you should read her book, Dean.
Okay, well, we could also just look at articles online about her book. Every single article online about her book, right, includes the two allegations against Les Moonves and Donald Trump. Those are the two people she accused in her book. There's no third secret elusive boss here. Yeah, I was just wrong. Dude, holy fuck. I'm making this guy read for the first time in his life. Great. Yo, Manda, thank you so much for the $20 over on Super Chat, who says, guest, please use Google to look up AI hallucinations. Yes, dude. The AI hallucinations on like Google AI are like
Is that
so
kind of like
ridiculous.
Is that kind of like when they had Harris winning Ohio? Was that a hallucination?
Right, exactly. One of those.
It was.
Well, listen, I know that it's like you're like trying to use that to shit on Harris, but you're actually right. Like you tried to use that as like an example of haha, Harris lost, but the example actually proves the point.
It was
Like the example actually, yes, actually. Yes, actually, you are right. That is an example of one of the Google AI hallucinations.
No, that was from a pollster from a newspaper that had never been wrong. I mean, come on, you know the story.
Okay. So then it wasn't Google AI. So you tried to wrap in something that we're not talking about. Perfect.
I did, and you fell for it.
Yo,
so
Sammy, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. Who says just donated so you can call him a sick piece of shit. I appreciate you for that love, Sammy. Thank you so much. Sick piece of shit. That's you. As well as Nanya. Thank you for the shut up. Nanya, thank you for the shut up. Quite frankly, Nanya with the 20 big ones over on VENMO says, Dean, no words to describe how necessary your voice is. Just freaking thank you. As a survivor of CSA, I'm disgusted in my country's elegance. Sorry, / allegiance to a rapist. My own mom, I miss who she was. Nanya, I know how you feel. I'm really sorry to hear that had happened to you. But I'm really happy that you're here with us today. And I'm just really sorry that you have to fucking see the world in the state that it is. Thank you for the $20. As well as Caleb, thank you for the $20 as well over on VENMO. Thank you for the 20 big ones. Caleb just drops a heart. Thank you so much. As well as Michael with the 35 big ones. Michael says, I appreciate folks like you using facts and data to educate and remove misinformation from our society to the best of your ability. Eugene Carroll never accused Les Moonves of raping her, though he is a piece of POS. If you actually read her book, it was on behalf of a woman that she knew. Google AI fooled us both. Fuck. God damn it. Look at that. Listen, now both of our Google AI overviews were completely fucking wrong. Let's see what I mean? See how like easy it is for like fucking Google AI just to feed you absolute fucking bullshit Appreciate you for letting me know that, Michael, as well as thank you for the $35. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, hey, man.
We should both read the book. And let me I have one more question.
Wait, so you're saying that
Dean.
you're going to have to read it until you have evidence?
I'm going to read the book.
So this
I'm
means
going to read the book.
So this means that as it stands, you don't have evidence that you're right.
Well, no, multiple men.
Fuck it out! Fuck it out! You don't have evidence that you're right about a fourth elusive. Dude, you think that you've proved your point? You're fucking delusional. You said that you had evidence that she accused 10 different men of raping her, and then you came short of having Google AI tell you that she accused Les Moonves, but apparently when you actually read the book, that was on behalf of another woman that she knew, not directly her, and the only man that she straight up accused of rape was Donald Trump. And now you're saying read the book. Sure, let's read the book. Let's explore the data. Let's look at the evidence. But fuck, until then, what that means is that you don't have evidence of your claim until you read the book. So are you telling me that you apologize for making those bold claims with zero conviction nor evidence, and now you're going to retract them until you read the book to determine what's actually true?
I will give you that answer. Hold on. I'll give you that answer if you answer one question for me.
Okay, so you being an objective truth seeker depends on anything to do with me and an answer to your question.
No,
Why?
I just want one. If you answer my one question, I will answer yours, and then we can part ways and read the book.
Yeah, what's your question?
Do you accept your president-in-chief, Donald J. Trump, as the president of the United States, the most powerful man of the world?
Yes, Donald Trump is my president. He is.
Perfect. All right. Well, I think that you had good points on this, and I had good points.
Okay, so now answer my question. So now that I've affirmed that, yeah, a rapist is my president, now that I've affirmed, yeah, a 34-count felon is my president, now that I've affirmed an absolute POS that I went on Howard Stern's radio show and boasted about sexually exploiting little girls and naked women is my president, now that I've affirmed, right, this absolute atrocity and just a mistake of a man is my president, and that's why I fight so damn hard, right, for truth. That's why I fight so damn hard for people to be aware, because this incredibly egomaniacal narcissist that is hell-bent on destroying everything around him just to like hold on to some level of power is our president. And that's why it is so important to be aware, get educated, and do anything to stop him, do anything to get him out of office by supporting good candidates in the midterms that would support his impeachment, right? Now I want you to circle back around to answering my question. Can you affirm that as it stands, you have absolutely no fucking evidence of your original claim that E. Jean Carroll's accused 10 men of raping her? That one's just out the goddamn window. And on top of that, you don't have any evidence that there's a fourth mysterious ex-boss that isn't Les Moonves that she accused of raping her. And you're going to have to go read the book to attempt to find it. But as it stands, you have none. So you should retract that claim too, you silly
Sure, I will amend my statement saying that maybe not 10, but definitely 4.
Dude, okay, where's the fucking evidence for that definite fourth?
Her own book.
Well, I thought you just told us you haven't read it.
Well, no, we're going to have to read it as homework.
So you're going to have to read it as homework before you can determine it.
And I'm going to come back after reading it.
So then you can't say that it's definitely in the book if you haven't read the book, right?
Well, the internet, the Google told me.
the Google AI is so are you saying that
Google told me.
So are you saying that the Google AI is definitely true?
I'm just saying that if that's
answer my question. Is the Google AI listen, is the Google AI
and I did.
Is the Google AI definitely true?
Did you not ask me to Google it?
I asked you to give me a source. Google AI isn't a source, so technically no. So now answer my question. Is Google AI definitely true, yes or no?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
In this case, is it definitely true?
I would lean towards yes.
And how do you know that?
Because the AI is referencing material from her own book.
Okay, what's the material from her own book? I didn't see the material. I just saw a reference to the book.
Look.
Oh, you're right. It's actually not referencing material from the book. Get fucking close. What's the material? Show it to me.
It's referencing her own book.
Oh, exactly. It's referencing the book. It's not referencing specific material in the book. So you're wrong.
No, it's doing both, actually.
Okay, so then what's the specific material? Give me the quote. Oh, wait, because you don't have one because it doesn't give you material, you silly fucking goose.
We already went through this.
Dude, exactly. Literally, what is on your screen in front of you it is disputing what you're saying is false, but your ego is too big, like too damn big to accept that. You literally can't, you are fucking pathetic. You literally can't even concede that the screen in front of your eyes that you are looking at yourself is not giving you direct material and quotes from the book, even though it's not.
Hold on, 2019 memoir. What do we need men for? Okay. And then it specifically says 3 talking points that we've already gone over. right?
that aren't
So
material from the book. Sure, it's referencing the book, but it's not giving you material from the book it's referencing. Right? Like a quote
right, we
from
don't
the
have a
book.
page. We
So
don't have a page
so
to reference.
it's not giving you material from the book, right?
We're on a hanging chad here, Dean.
Yes or no? Is it giving you the actual material, like the quote from the book? Yes or no?
No, it's giving
Thank
the
you.
overview
So
that
then
she
you
did
actually
not
don't have material
specify.
from the book. So why did you say you did?
Because that's what AI said, Dean.
Wait, no, you just agreed that AI didn't say that. Like 10 seconds ago, just 10 seconds ago, you just agreed that AI is not actually giving you the actual material from the book. It's just referencing the book. You just agreed that the AI is not giving you the material. It's just giving you a reference to the name of the book.
An
Not the
overview,
material from
yes.
the book, just a reference to the book.
It's saying she did not name a specific boss in the description of the hotel hallway incident
Right? And how do you know that it's right?
because she talked about the hotel hallway incident in her book
Okay,
that I'm referencing.
and then how do you know she talked about that in the book if you haven't read the book? Oh, right, exactly. You just have to
Because
say
I'm gonna verify
you
that
have to
by
say
reading the book.
exactly. You have to say that the AI overview is right because you think the AI overview is right with no evidence.
Well, the book is evidence that I will show.
Oh, so you're saying
When I
you
come
might
back.
have the evidence in the future, therefore
I'll
you
come
don't have
back.
it now. So therefore you
Hey,
don't have it now.
I'll tell you right now.
Admit it,
That
admit
if
it.
you guarantee
Just admit
let
it.
me back
There-
up, I will read the book and
Admit
I
it.
will give you the page.
Admit it. Therefore you don't have the evidence now.
Well, that's a lot to be said for the internet, isn't it?
Can you admit that? Can you like just set the ego down and conform with reality? You don't have the evidence now.
I do not have the direct evidence. I have the overview.
Dude, okay, I'm kicking his ass. What the fuck? Dude, what the holy fucking shit, dude? What the, god damn it. What, dude? My brain. Okay, listen. I want everybody to listen so quickly. What the fuck are we doing? What the hell? What the fuck? All right. He wouldn't give it up. He wouldn't give it up. It was pathetic. That was so pathetic. Oh my God. Why have we just had the most pathetic men like ever like join my stream today? The most pathetic and insane MAGA cultist ever. I feel like I've battled a fucking war today. Okay? I feel like I've been to hell and back with these guests.